We got Rec.
Hi, welcome back, everybody. This is Think Country's Talkin' Country. I'm Patti, and today we have the lovely Lesley and Jamie over there in the UK. I'm here in Nashville. It's really hot today, and that's a good thing because there's a lot of hot new music out today, and it may be one of the biggest new release days of the year as far as country music is concerned. But we also have a really special guest today, and I can't tell you how excited I am to introduce this guy. He is maybe like, I don't want to say the second coming because Jerry Lee Lewis is still very much alive and with us, but Josh Christina is with us, and he is, if you like Jerry Lee Lewis, you will love Josh Christina. He is a piano man to end all piano men. He is, he's like Elton John and Billy Joel and Jerry Lee Lewis and all the great piano guys, Phil Vassar in the country world, all the great piano guys in the world. He is an entertainer, and I do not use that word lightly. He is an entertainer. Oh my goodness. Josh, how are you? It's so good to see you today.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
It's going to be really, really cool to talk to you, and we'll be back with you shortly. And then we're going to have you play something for us because, gosh, people need to hear you.
Sounds good.
All right, awesome. And first of all, we're going to jump over to Lesley, and we're going to talk with her and see what's up with her and what she's been listening to this week. Lesley?
Yeah, sure. Hi. Well, before I start and talk about one of the major album releases today, I just wanted to quickly bring up the fact that one of our previous guests on this series, Terralyn Pfister, had some really bad news this week. She was on a video shoot, and she had a substantial amount of cash on her, preparing to pay everyone that was involved in the video shoot, and it got stolen from her somehow along the line during that 6-hour period. She lost the whole lot. So we just want to send her our condolences and say we are behind you and wishing you the best. But the good news is that the fantastic Nashville country music community have all rallied around, and a lot of people are offering their work to her free of charge. So that just shows what a great community you have over there in Nashville. So fantastic, everybody, well done with that. Okay, just very briefly, one of the major releases today that I have been listening to and I've actually reviewed for the site, so if you want to go and have a little look on there, it will be up, is the second album of original material from the wonderful Lindsay Ell that was out today, Heart Theory. And it is really an absolutely incredible album. It's a very cohesive concept album. It takes you through the various stages of the grieving process. And the grieving process she has written it in relation to is a relationship breakup. But it's very relatable, whatever sort of grieving process you might be going through. I'm sure you'll find lots of tracks in there that hit a point, hit a mark with you. It's produced by Dan Huff, and both Dan and Lindsay are amazing guitar players, but the guitar parts don't over-dominate on this album. There are some fantastic riffs, but it really is focused on the lyrical content and the songs themselves. And I really do urge you to take a listen to it. There's all sorts on there. There's her rock and roll influences, there's her blues influences, her pop influences, her country influences, some beautiful ballads and some great upbeat music. It's fantastic. And all I can say is go take a listen.
Okay, great. Jamie, how about you? What's up with you? What have you been listening to?
What have I been like? Well, like you said before, it's been such a huge week for releases. We've had 7 major album releases come out today. We've had new releases from Lindsay, which Lesley touched on. We've had a new album from Mo Pitney. We've had a new album from Eric Paslay, which is incredible. And Lorna has reviewed, and that's on the site as well. Also, I caught up with Eric last week, and you can kind of hear all what he had to say. That's on the site too. We had EPs from Ray Lynn, we had EPs from Kane Brown, and also we had a great new album from an English artist, a very successful British artist by the name of Rumour, who's released a record called Nashville Tears, which is exploring the songwriting back catalogue of Hugh Presswood. Beautiful, beautiful voice. She Brit Award nominated, highly successful, previously explored the back catalogue of Bacharach and David, and what she's done with Hugh's work's fantastic. So yeah, there's plenty of exciting stuff out this week.
Definitely, it's been quite a week. And as for me, I've been listening to a couple new singles. One from Gary Allan, who it's been a while since we've heard from Gary Allan, and it's great to hear from him again. His song, and it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek, a little bit of reverse from what we're usually hearing. We're usually hearing from the girl's point of view, the guy did me wrong, and we get the sass. Well, this is a little bit of sass from Gary Allan as far as the guy, and his song is called "A Waste of a Whiskey Drink," and it's a cool song. It's a fun song, and naturally it has Gary's great vocals, so it almost can't miss is really where it's at. The one that I was really, really excited about today, however, was the new one from Devin Dawson, and that one is called "I Got a Truck." And on a first listen, if you don't know the story, you might kind of go, this is sort of all over the place. It's almost like it lyrically doesn't make a lot of sense, and you're kind of trying to figure it out. But the story goes is that Devin Dawson early on in his career opened up for Tim McGraw. And along the way, Tim McGraw imparted some of his wisdom to Devin Dawson and told him a story about how when he was just starting out, he was basically down to his last buck and went to a bank to try to get a loan. And he had virtually nothing to that would allow him to get a loan. But he did have kind of an old truck. And he told the guy at the bank, hey, look, I got this truck and I'll put this down for collateral. And it's basically the story of Tim McGraw going into that bank and that banker actually taking a chance on him and saying, all right, you know what, I'm going to do it. And Tim McGraw promising him that one day he would pay him back. And well, we kind of know how that all ended. And this story, I Got a Truck by Devin Dawson, is that story. And it's really, it makes the song so much cooler when you know the background of it. So everybody go listen to that one. It's just so good. And that being said, everything else going on is, there's just so much that it was kind of hard to cram it all into this 30-minute segment without, denying Josh Christina his time, because Josh definitely deserves the time. So anyway, Josh, let's talk to you for a moment. Why don't you give us a background? Where are you from, and how did you get started playing the piano?
Oh, I grew up I'm from Cockeysville, Maryland. I got in the piano when I was about 15. I heard Elvis when I was really young, about 5 or 6 years old. I heard Elvis Presley, and that got me into rock and roll and Chuck Berry and all that. And then I heard Jerry Lee Lewis. That got me into playing piano. I started writing my own music around 16, 17. Chuck Berry was a big influence in my songwriting. And later on, I got Elton John, and that really is where and I grew up in a musical household, and I've always been around music, and that's really how I kind of got my start.
That's excellent.
Did you take any formal lessons, Josh, or did you teach yourself?
Mostly self-taught. My mother was a singer, so I was always around musicians. And when I first started getting into the piano, a guy who used to play keyboard in the band she was in gave me like half a dozen lessons, just showed me some licks and stuff. But I pretty much figured the rest of it out on my own.
That's phenomenal.
It's amazing. Now, how did you end up in Nashville, Josh?
So my senior year of high school in 2013, I recorded my first album locally. There was a lot of covers, like 2 original songs. And then from there, that caught the attention of Kent Wells, who worked for Dolly Parton, produced Dolly Parton.
That's so impressive. That's so impressive right there. Can we just back up a second? Caught the attention of Kent Wells. Kent Wells is not just Dolly Parton's producer, but he's produced some superstars along the way. Reba, I believe, and a whole laundry list, really. So, okay, continue on.
So that caught Kent's eye or ear, and then I went to Nashville and released my first album with Kent in 2015, my Good Old Love record. I did 2 albums with Country. Well, I did an album and EP with Country. I did Good Old Love in 2015 and 2016. I did my EP called I'm 21. And yeah, that's really how I got the Nashville, just by, that's that first local record. I did a lot of covers. Ken heard something he liked. He heard that, kind of Jerry Lee vibe, like the way I wrote and sang and played. And yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
I've just realised, Josh, that we've met before. It's just dawned on me. You played at the Bedfords down in South London.
Yes, 2016. I came and did a little tour.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
How fun is this? It's a little reunion.
That was so weird because that was before the Bedford got renovated. And it's it's totally different place now. Well, everywhere's a totally different place right now, but that's all been done up since.
Yep.
It's just kind of cool. It's like we're a keys player. We're talking a lot about Jerry Lee Lewis and things, and it's like sounds vaguely familiar. And it's like kind of like the hamster wheel starts going and going and going, and it's like that's exactly why. So yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, I came there in 2016. I did a late show in Ireland, and then I played around London and Ireland. I played a couple solo shows and stuff. So that's what.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And have you ever met any of you? Sorry, have you ever met any of your heroes? Have you met Elton? Have you met Jerry Lee?
I have not.
These people that inspired you.
I've been one person away from a lot of them. A good friend, Bill Davis, used to play piano for Chuck Berry, and he toured with all those guys in the 80s. And we went to New York in September of 2018, I think, for Jerry Lee's 80th birthday. And or maybe it was 2015 now. Anyway, and I got to sit right up against the stage, and Jerry Lee was 5 feet away. So that's the closest I've been. I know a lot of people that have worked with these artists, so I've never actually met them personally. I would love to. I would love to meet Elton and Jerry Lee. I just found out apparently Elton just met Jerry Lee a few years ago. So I mean, it takes a while.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope they tune into this this recording and
I hear they all watch, so
put out the feelers.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well,
Sure.
are you going to play us something? What would you like to play us, Josh?
Just released today called Old Piano. It kind of tells the story of a piano from the piano's perspective. So
I think that's such a great idea. Absolutely amazing. I loved it. Is
Let's
that
hear
something you might play for us now, possibly?
yeah, I can play that for you right now if you want. We can do a little Old
Please
Piano.
do. Please do.
Awesome.
Held the hand of your grandma, sang your mother to sleep. Life of the party on a Friday. Played songs to get you on your feet. 98 years old and counting. I feel the world in deep. Served as a table for a friend, and I'm able to make any moment sweet. I keep singing love songs all night long, doing what they feel me to do. It ain't got me yet, like it over. I keep on battling through. Some I'm like a superhero. I'm just an old piano. Left my home and wound up in a storm with that. Keep on going through. Some I'm like a superhero. I'm just an old piano. One of these days I'll pass away. But on every cloud still, I played all your favorite songs all night long. Did what they built me to do. Nations got me get like an old military jet. I keep on bearing through. No, I was a superhero. Piano.
Loved it. That was so
Thank you.
good. So
Thank you so
good.
much. Thank
Can you do us one more since we have just a little bit more time? We can like
Sure.
take it out here. This would be great.
Sure.
Whatever you choose is good for us.
Thank you. Here's something off my 2018. I went to Memphis and got to record at Sam Phillips Recording. And actually record on the piano Jerry Lee recorded on.
Now that is awesome. That's
So
so
that was a cool thing to do. So here's the opening track of that album. You stuck me in the friend zone. Let me there all alone. Without you to call my phone. Yeah, you stuck me in the friend zone. All we could do all of this. I could be your best. My best. Seems you got a heart of stone. Yeah, you stuck me in the friend zone. I gotta say, I'm releasing right here. I'll never run around on it. Live around with you. By the time we turn 14, everything got yes. Did I ask you how could it be? Get it out of your mouth. Ooh, you stuck me in the friend zone. You're there all alone. Then I shoot you come my phone. Yeah, you stuck me in the friend zone. All we could go is I could be your birthday. Seems you got a heart of stone. Yeah, you stuck me in the friend zone. I know by now I'll be the man of your dreams. Listen, you got a plan for me. Well, I'm moving on. That's somebody new. In a second, then I stick you in the bread. Yeah, they're all alone. Now you can call my own. Hey, hey, like a bread. Now we can more than this. I can feel this when you give me my hand. If my heart no song, baby. Hey, you like a bread. Yeah.
That was insane.
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
That was
Wow.
awesome.
Thank you.
Can I just ask, Old Piano, is that a standalone single or is it going to be part of an EP or an album? You've got
I hope to have it part of an album. My plan is to do another album. It's been a few years. COVID kind of pushed that back. But I hope to have it on an album, sometime next year, beginning of next year. So
Great.
Yep.
Thank you. Look forward to that.
So good. So good. Thank you so much, Josh, for joining us. And as soon as COVID goes away, which I wish it would, like snap my finger and make it go away, love to come and see you someplace and see that live.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hope so.
Yeah, I was reading you did 130 tour dates last year. That's just incredible. So
thank you. I was on track to break that this year, and I lost about 75% of that. So, yeah, one of those things.
Come back to the Balham and the Bedford in Balham as well. That'd be great.
That'd be great. I'd love to.
Well, they've said that from tomorrow, so when this is going to go out, they are trying to get live music indoors again. Like
over in UK.
It's going to be a very, very reduced capacity, and we don't kind of know too much about it. But we're kind of going into another stage we were supposed to go in 2 weeks ago. So earlier this week, up in Newcastle, a guy called Sam Fender, who's a Brit Award winner, had a massive album last year. He played to 3,000 people at a racecourse outside. And that kind of looks like the future of way things are going. So hopefully we're going to be in the right direction and people can start bringing live music to the masses once more very soon.
Yeah, I hope so. All my work right now is outside. So,
yeah,
hopefully by, I know some artists are rescheduling their tours for next summer. I guess they're figuring that'll give enough time to trickle into that phase again. So hopefully soon. Live music needs to come back. I think people are ready for it too.
Oh, we are so ready. We're craving. But thank you again, Josh, and thank you, Lesley. Thank you, Jamie, and I hope everybody else has a good day. And we will see y'all next week.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.